just got the package in the mail, and it's the Starlink satellite dish. We signed up for the beta program maybe 6 months ago, since we're in Yakima, Washington, and they said that's where they're going to be doing the initial releases from. And last Friday, I think it was, maybe Thursday night. I think Thursday night we got the email, so we went ahead and made the purchase. And so for $4.99 initially, and then $99 a month, you can become part of the beta program if they are offering that in your area. So I figured I'd do a quick video of what the hardware looks like, and then I'll also do a video of what my setup's going to look like. I'm just doing it with the standard standard kit. There's a couple accessories you can get, like a roof mount. I think that goes on the peak of your roof, and there's also something you can get that allows you to attach it to like a middle part of your roof, like in the shingles or kind of embedded within the shingles. Not quite sure how that one would work without creating leaks in your roof, so that one's a little sketchy. But I think out of the box it just comes with the tripod here. So what I'll do is pull out everything in the box. I just cut the tape on it, and then show you guys what this thing looks like and what I think about it. Looks like it's got a nice little pictogram here of what the setup looks like. And it looks like that's just a big piece of cardboard. Get that out of the way. Plastic wrapping. You have a metal tripod, which looks like it's maybe aluminum. And then it has a, looks like a router. And yep, looks like this is a router. It's got the network in, and it's got an auxiliary network port. So I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, because I don't see, like, normally with routers you'll have like maybe a 4-port switch on it, and so you'll have like internet in, and then you'll have network out. So unless this is just one network port to connect to something else, that's what the auxiliary is, because you can see here it's got auxiliary, and then this had a plug on it like that, and then it came with the cable that's in the box already plugged into, looks like some sort of power adapter was plugged into the bottom one. So be interesting to see exactly how this gets set up. So we'll be checking out the manual and we'll see what that says. So we'll set that to the side. Maybe it just does wireless only, and that auxiliary is if you want to attach like an accessory dumb switch or a 4-port switch or something. So I'm going to unplug each one of these cables. So it comes with looks like 2 Cat 6 cables probably. There's no writing on the cables, so it doesn't say whether it's Cat 6 or Cat 5, but judging by the metal sheathing on the RJ45 adapter, this is probably Cat 6 shielded. So I work in IT, and so it's pretty common that you'll see this type of wire used where you don't know what the interference is going to be, and because it's outside, they're probably just trying to be extra cautious. So whenever you see that metal jacket, that means it's shielded typically, and that it's got a drain wire in it, so it's going to help you deal with any sort of random electrical interference that you might be getting in or around your network configuration. So they got, looks like maybe a 6-foot white Cat 6E cable. Like I said, no writing on it. And then there's a really long one here. This looks like maybe 50 feet of the same type of cable. It seems a little thicker. So the white one is thinner. This black cable is obviously ready to go outdoors, because this is the one that connected to the little black box that came with it, which I'm not sure what this is, but it has a, let's see what it says. It's an AC adapter and a PoE injector. So this is a black PoE injector. It's got 2 network ports on it with a power cord. And it looks like you just plug one end in, which is your white cable, which goes to their little modem or router, whichever it is. And then you have a black side, which is where the black wire goes in, and that goes to the satellite dish. So without reading the instructions, that's kind of how it came plugged in the box. Everything was already connected, but in order to get things out without pulling it all out at once, it makes sense to disconnect everything. Yeah, this black wire definitely looks like it's got extra shielding on it, so it's probably rated for maybe direct burial, but it's probably definitely rated to be out in the sunlight, because if you're going to mount these things on roofs and stuff like that, there's special shielding and different materials they put for the sheathing to make it so that it'll last longer in that type of environment. I'll be curious with doing a little research. Maybe we can figure out who's actually producing the cables. And then we got a regulatory notices pamphlet. And then you got the dish itself. So it looks like there's another tray in here. Pull out the tray. And this is the dish itself. Pretty heavy. It feels like it's probably a good 30 pounds maybe, 25, 30 pounds. Metal base, cables, doesn't unplug from the base here. You can see it's fixed, so it's not coming out without a little bit of knowledge of how that goes in. So, and it looks like it just sets in the base there. I'm assuming that we might have another pipe or something in here, so I'm gonna dig a little bit more. Set the dish down right here to the side. Yeah, pretty heavy duty. See if there's anything else in here. I don't see anything else, so that looks like it's it. So for $500, you're basically getting the dish itself. You're getting the PoE injector, an AC adapter, and then a router / modem. And you get a base tripod stand. So what I'll do now is it's Sunday, November 1st. I'm going to go ahead and get it all put together and download the app and figure out exactly how this thing gets set up. I currently have internet, so I can compare it to that. But I currently have point-to-point wireless broadband through a company called Advanced High-Speed Internet, which is like a local small service provider in our area. It does a pretty good job, but it's pretty expensive for what it is. So I'll be curious to see if this does a better job for the price. So just to give you an idea, I think I get 10 megabits down and I want to say 5 megabits up. I'll definitely double check that, but I get that for about $60 a month. And so if the speeds they're quoting from Tesla from SpaceX for Starlink are what they say, which was 50 to 100 with the latencies they were showing, that would be pretty good. I'll do some side-by-side comparisons with what I have now with this point-to-point wireless, which is pretty common in rural areas. There'll be a number of point-to-point wireless providers, and I'll show you what the latency I'm getting is and what the bandwidth I'm getting is, and kind of compare that to what Tesla or what SpaceX is putting out here. It's a little easy to call SpaceX Tesla because they're both run by Elon Musk, but yeah, SpaceX is the one that's putting out Starlink, so I'll make sure to keep that going. But just to get an idea, it looks like now that we see all the components here, this is kind of the board, and yeah, it doesn't look super complicated. Basically, looks like the AC adapter goes inside, the modem goes inside, and yeah, it looks like this little white box, the white metal box here, is definitely wireless because it shows a phone connecting to it. And my guess is that auxiliary port is for a switch, but we'll find out. I'm sure the app will kind of give us more instructions. So more later. Thanks, guys.